Crazy looking gun. Okay. You think
Can they hear you?
Oh yeah. See the little green things moving?
Yeah.
That's the mic.
Hi.
So this is Jarbon from the Predatory Lending Network talking to you. Now I'm here with
Caitlyn from League of Legends.
Now Caitlyn, I understand that there's a top issue today about baby Hitler. Now what can you tell us and the rest of the beings throughout the galaxy about baby Hitler? Because I know that's kind of a subject that's important for you.
Well, in 2009, there was these parents in New Jersey that went to get a cake made for their kid whose name was Adolf Hitler, and the cake place denied them. And soon after, they, like the New Jersey social security people, or not social security, like the child protection, whatever that's actually called, came and took the kids away from the parents because the kid's name was Adolf Hitler, and his sister was Syrian Nation. And now, 2 years later, they're still fighting to get their kids back from custody because apparently there was child abuse involved when in reality they just took them because of their name. And I think it's kind of like screwed up that it's like, yeah, just because they're a bunch of racist pricks, they got their kid taken away, because now that kid's in foster care and his name's still the same, and it's gonna like have a worse life than living with someone who actually loves them, even though they're like a bunch of racist jerks. And that's not right, but like just make him change his name, okay?
Well, wasn't this planet initially found on freedom of religion? That's why the Pilgrims came to planet America and formed their nation. Now, shouldn't they, you know, as much as you may disagree with them with their, you know, because we're supposed to be about freedom of speech, shouldn't people be able to name their kids whatever they want and have whatever beliefs they want, as long as they're not hurting anyone?
I mean,
is the government wrong for possibly taking this child simply because they don't share the political beliefs that they...
I mean, I definitely think that the kid getting taken away because of its name is just unfair and unconstitutional. I mean, my friend's neighbor, when we were growing up, their kid was named Satan. And it's like, you're not going to take away Satan baby, but you're going to take away Hitler baby. It doesn't make sense, because it's like, I understand that he caused a lot of harm, like, you know, the Nazi guy, Hitler, and, you know, caused a lot of issues, and I understand how like that can offend someone, but can't the name Satan also offend someone? And is it really right to take somebody based on their name from their parents? So, I mean, there was no abuse, there was no physical abuse, there was no... I mean, obviously there's going to be emotional abuse by that kid getting harassed by his friends. So just change his name and call it a day. Like, I don't think the kid should...
Now, as much as you may hate Hitler for killing off a wide variety of people, he was a great leader of his people, and he was a great motivator, and he did accomplish a lot in the few short years before his empire fell. I mean, he did do some good in his country before, you know, he did all the evil. Is it, you know... Should we possibly look at the good things that Hitler did?
Well, I mean, he also got his country out of debt, but, I mean...
By going to war with everyone else.
That's true, and he gave everybody jobs and stuff, but, I mean, I'm personally not a fan of Hitler. Like, I'm not like, go Hitler!
Well, couldn't we possibly say that about America? Because America tend to be going to war with a lot of places, and that could possibly get America out of debt. Should we possibly do like what Hitler did? Because many people are comparing Obama to Hitler.
I mean, I think that a lot of people are, but I think the Obama issue is Obama's been given a country that's in rubble, and I think Bush really screwed us up, and we're still getting the outlashes from what Bush did and all the mistakes he made. And one guy can't make all these decisions because you have the Democrats and the Republicans, and nobody's budging, so we're kind of at like a standstill as far as any bill getting passed. So yeah, Obama may want to do all these things, but no one's going to vote for it because they're Republican, so they only vote Republican, or they're Democratic, so they only vote Democratic. Whatever happened to like voting for the best of the country?
Now, one of the key issues that's going to probably be coming up in the next election is the progressive tax system, where if you earn a little bit of money, you pay less in taxes, but if you earn a lot of money, you pay more in taxes, the progressive tax system that we currently have. And some people want to go to a flat system where everyone pays a flat 20%. Do you think that we should have a system where if you make below a certain level, you don't pay taxes, middle class people pay, and the rich pay more as a percentage of their income, or should everyone pay a flat 20% on their income?
I think we should do what Sweden does. And what they do is the more money you make, the more taxes you pay. Because it kind of makes sense, you know? Like, if you are making $100 and you get 20% taken away, you're only going home with $80. And that really sucks. Like, really sucks. Because you're just like, man, you don't even get $100. Whereas someone who makes, I don't know, $1 million, they go home with 800,000 or something, right? I think my math is...
Well, but if we were to say that, wouldn't that be a disincentive for people to try harder and actually bring down the level of the country and people trying to try harder?
I think...
And a disincentive to do better?
I think people should stop hating on the middle class. You know, it's all these like policies are helping either like the rich or the really poor, but in reality the majority of the Americans are middle class, and there's no real policies helping out the middle class with anything. It's like, I know I was brought up from the Midwest, I was as middle class as they come, and I couldn't even get a scholarship because I made just a little bit too much money, but because I wasn't poor, but we weren't rich enough to afford my college, so I went to college full-time, having 2 jobs and an internship just to get my degree, because like there's nothing out there for the middle class, and that's the majority.
You mentioned college, and a lot of these Wall Street protesters are protesting the fact that their college loans and they're not able to get jobs. Now, do you think baby Hitler should have the chance to go to college in the future?
Yeah, everybody should go to college. Baby Hitler especially. I mean, he needs to learn. You know, he can't just be like, I think if people treat him like Adolf Hitler, like the dead guy in Germany, then he's going to become like a terrible person. It's like if you just treat him like every other person, I mean, it sucks that his parents obviously like weren't thinking very well about naming him.
But most of the successful people these days are college dropouts. Is college really the answer for baby Hitler and all the other beings throughout the galaxy? Because if the most successful people are college dropouts, is college really the answer?
Well, I guess it depends on what you're going into. I mean,
because you're mainly just going into slavery, because that's the big thing, because you can never get these student loans forgiven. Are you not putting yourself into indentured servitude when you could take that same money and start your own business?
Well, I think so, but I think people who are ready can go without college, who have what it takes and whatnot. But I definitely think college is there for people to learn more, to figure out what they want to do. But I also don't think you should go to college if you don't know what you want to do and you're just going for funsies and like taking random classes, because then you're just going to go into debt.
Well, then you're in debt for the rest of your life.
Seriously! I mean, I think it's kind of dumb when people force their kids as soon as they graduate to go to college for anything, just as long as they're at college, because if they don't know what they want to do, you're just throwing away money and you're going to have to owe that forever.
So in closing, is there any last minute things you'd like to say about baby Hitler or any other subject to the beings throughout the galaxy?
I think they should let baby Hitler go and just change his name and call it a day.
So in closing, this is Jarbon and
Caitlyn from League of Legends.
From the Predatory Lending Network, talking to you.